I used to tell plumbers to avoid Yelp, Angie's, and Thumbtack completely. I was wrong. But here's why most plumbers still are using these platforms the wrong way, and it can cost them their entire business without them even realizing it. I want to avoid that for you.
It's the Mammoth Plumber Paradox with Tyler Williams, the marketing man.
Look, I've had dozens of plumbing company owners come to me asking if platforms like Yelp, Angie's, Home Advisor, Thumbtack, and I know some of those are now merged, are all worth the investment. And honestly, my answer has changed recently. Because here's the thing, these are lead aggregators. They go out and they find people who need plumbers and charge you to connect the dots, right? So there's nothing inherently wrong with the business model, and they're often relatively efficient at getting the leads at a decent cost. And I've started meeting more and more owners who actually use these platforms to successfully build out pockets within their business inside of their market. So yeah, I think they do have a place in the marketing stack these days. But that comes at a bit of a risk, and here's where the danger comes in. If your entire lead flow depends on one platform, whether that's Yelp, Angie's, Thumbtack, or even Google's PPC or local service ads, you're setting yourself up for a possible disaster. And I've seen this happen a few times now, and it's really disheartening. These platforms do experience hiccups. Algorithms change, costs spike. Sometimes they just stop working for seemingly no reason at all. And that's actually why I used to say avoid using some of them. But I've realized that the problem isn't necessarily the platforms themselves. It's a little bit on how they're being leveraged. Plumbers are putting their entire marketing budget into lead generation, and that lack of diversity leaves them completely vulnerable when something goes wrong. And trust me, something will go wrong one day, and I want you to steel yourself against that. And here's how. So here's what I want you to do. Take a significant chunk of the profit from those lead aggregator jobs and reinvest it into brand awareness and community presence. Your goal should be to become the most known plumber in your area. So I want you to think about it this way. Even if 2 years from now you're dominating your market and everyone knows your name, you can still use these lead generation platforms as a supplement. But the difference is, if one of them fails or stops working at that point, you've got an entire community that immediately thinks of your business when they have a plumbing problem. And that's psychological positioning. That's the most powerful and secure foundation you can build for your business for decades. So here's what happens when you focus only on lead generators. You completely neglect the persuasion and influence side of marketing, the root of marketing. Lead generation talks to one person at a time, one plumber, one customer. But brand awareness, you're talking to tens of thousands of people every single day, both online and off. So we're gonna do some quick math, and hopefully I did my math right. Customer acquisition on these platforms typically costs between $100 to $200 per job. For that same $200 in a brand awareness campaign, you could reach 33,000 people in a single day. Yeah. The lead aggregator gives you somebody with extremely high intent right now, but you're ignoring 99.9% of the rest of your market that isn't searching for a plumber right this second. And those people, within the next 90 days, there's a good chunk of them that will need you too. So before we keep going, if you want help building out a marketing strategy or at least having us analyze your marketing, we do free consults for plumbers. So head over to mammothforplumbers.com, schedule yours. So let's keep going. The true businesses go out in front of the market instead of waiting for the market to come to them at all times. That's the fundamental difference here between leads and brand. When you only use lead aggregators, you're in a very reactive position. You're waiting and you're hoping. You're at the mercy of someone else's algorithm and pricing structure. But when you combine strategic lead generation with powerful brand awareness, you're taking a proactive stance. You're bringing and building equity into your market. You're creating an asset that can't be taken away from you. So split your budget, build your brand, and make sure that no matter what happens with any single platform, your business is built on a solid foundation of community trust, market dominance, and psychological associations. You guys can do this. We'll see you next time.
This is the Mammoth Plumber Podcast with Tyler Williams, the Mammoth Marketing Man. OMG, this is going to be great. La 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 la.
Plumbing Podcast with Tyler Williams, the Mammoth Marketing Man.
OMG, this is going to be great. This is the Mammoth Plumber Podcast with Tyler Williams, the Mammoth Marketing Man. OMG, this is going to be great. La 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 la. OMG, this is going to